Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome Elias, lead vocalist for Nonpoint, to the program tonight. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm good. How you doing, Lance?
You know what? I gotta tell you, I want to go fanboy for just a moment. This is like a pinch me moment. I do music for like the basketball games up here, the high school basketball games, and I have used you guys' version of In the Air Tonight so many times. Jacks the crowd. So to get to talk to you, I'm a happy man.
That's a good thing. It's definitely a crowd pleaser.
It is. It is. But let's talk about your new single, Underdog. Just came out recently. 3 minutes and 32 seconds of pure motivation right there.
Yes, sir.
You know, tell us a little bit about it, how it came about, the story behind the song.
Underdogs is basically a love letter to the last 20 plus years of being in Nonpoint, fans and their support. Uh, and just basic Nonpoint anthem. We wanted to come out swinging with this single, and I feel like we did.
You did. You definitely did. Now, I understand, is there a full length on the way as well? This is just sort of the tip of the iceberg?
Yes, the tip of the iceberg. We're shifted away from EPs just for this one little full length. Sure.
Cool. Now, is the album ready to go in the can, or are you still working on it?
No, still working, but very close to finish.
Excellent. Now, you've also got a summer tour, the Kicking and Screaming tour, going on with Blackstone Cherry. You got to be excited for that as well.
Indeed, indeed, we're hitting a lot of spots that we don't hit very often. Really good spots for Blackstone. So we're excited to get in front of some of their crowd. We played with them just recently on Shiprocked, and that was just an outstanding show. A very exciting show. I feel like that ticket's going to be worth every penny.
Absolutely. And then I was just looking on your Facebook page. You got like some, I guess you want to call them festival sort of things, or group shows. You got one in July in Syracuse, Puddle of Mud, Stabbing Westward, and you guys, among some other bands going. And then one in Moline, and I didn't write the date down. I want to say it's in June. You got like Taproot, Smile, Empty Soul, and a few other bands. That's got to be a good time too.
Yeah, it's going to be a great couple shows. We're getting geared up for getting back out on the road. Just coming off of this last run with Head and Dropout Kings, we're definitely warmed up and ready to rock.
Now, then in the fall, you go over to the UK, correct?
Yes, yeah, we're heading over to Soil, Union Underground, and Head People.
Cool. Talk a little about, like when you're in the States here, you load up, the van, the camper, whatever, you're going, the bus. Talk about the logistics of putting together like a UK tour.
Well, that one we're just jumping on with the Soil Boys. They threw that one on. They were looking for bands of a similar genre and time period, and name got tossed in the hat, and they said,
Yeah. The thing I'm curious is like transportation, sound systems, all that. How does, to go over there across the sea like that, overseas?
yeah, it's definitely a different pace, a different system. You got to be very budget smart over there. So we're still kind of trying to figure out the logistics right now. So for us, normally it's sharing a bus or the drives are so short, even in a van. It's
Right. I hear that a lot as compared to bands from over there trying to tour here in the States.
it's hard for them over here because of the amount of travel that you have to do to tour.
Right, right. So over there, it must be once you get rolling, if you're on with the venues being that close together, the tour stops being that close together, you must really get rolling.
Yeah, it's like I said, we get into a groove, and the shows get better and better, easier to do. The crowds get more exciting as the tour goes on. So
Yeah.
It's no short of energy on any of these ones.
Yeah. The thing I've always admired too about, say, a British crowd is their fanaticism to the bands. They, in a way, and I'm not trying to diss on us over here in the States, but those guys kind of put us to shame. Do you feel a different vibe over there when you're over there?
Um, when it comes to the crowds,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah. Well, you got to remember, we don't travel over there very often, so they've been waiting to see us. So they're definitely going to give us a little bit more than maybe even sometimes they give bands.
yeah,
Um, I wouldn't say anything against the American crowds,
yeah,
um, but the pits over there are pretty crazy.
yeah. So going back to Underdog, video directed by Drew Johnstone, great video, tons of live stuff, tons of backstage stuff. Um, I take it taken over the last year or so of touring.
Actually, just over this last run, we put it together on this run. We wanted to do something similar uh, to the Endure video, so we decided to do more of a behind the scenes, seeing us with our peer group and people backstage. And so, Drew did an outstanding job. It's my favorite video today.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Now you guys also have your own label that you put stuff up. Talk about, in the old days, you hoped you got signed to a label, and then the label did a lot of work for you on your dime. Let me throw that in, right? You know, they shoot you a nice quarter million, $250,000 video, but then bill it to you. Um, Having your own label it frees you up, but it also gives you all that extra work to do.
Yeah, it's work. It's the bill. You gotta again, you're budgeting. You're doing your best to stay on budget. But with great risk comes good reward. So
Mhm.
we're oils of being independent, and the ability to maneuver quickly and you know behind the ideas that we want to push.
Yeah. Talk about some lessons. I'm sure you learn a lot about what to do and what not to do with the creation of your own label. Give us a sort of a positive, negative to it.
Positive is, again, being nimble is great in this industry, with how quickly it changes and how quickly your fans consume. Um, that's a positive, being able to move that quickly. Negative, again, you're taking on a lot more workload, and a lot more financial stress.
Mm,
So you have to, you know, juggle both. But
yeah,
again, great risk comes great reward.
yeah. You talk about how quickly people consume, and that's so true in this era of like instant gratification. Do you feel pressure to be constantly creating, doing something, keeping yourself out there? Because if you go away for a week, there's like 25 other bands there.
Yeah, pressure. You want to give yourself the pressure. I always want to keep creating. So that's for me. It's how quickly they can put it out. So the pressure's all on them.
Yeah. Can you give us any preview of any of the other songs that are coming out on this upcoming album? They're going to be similar to Underdog. They're going to be a little
Yeah,
different.
the next one that we're teeing up is heavier than Underdog, and it's got a lot more attitude. So if you're liking the direction we're going, you're gonna be pleased.
Excellent. Now you grew up in South Florida, right? Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I'm here right now, actually.
It's called the Venice of America, right? 165 miles of inland waterways. You know how was the scene down there growing up and all that with music and stuff?
It was good. The new metal scene kind of exploded down here, especially with Manson, with our band, Darwin's Waiting Room, Groove Nicks, a lot of the up and comers from this area. Um, and South Florida was really thriving at that time when it came to the rock scene.
Yeah,
We took advantage of it and got noticed right away. Luckily for us, and turned South Florida into one of those rock cities for a little
yeah,
while. But things change. EDM is definitely taking hold down here, along with reggaeton and lots of other Latin music. So it ebbs and flows. South
yeah.
Florida is a cultural melting pot and a creative melting pot, and it's still growing.
The other thing I was looking when I was researching Fort Lauderdale, a couple of big time sports guys came to there. Michael Irvin, Scottie Pippen. Were you much of a sports guy growing up?
Not so, I was, everybody down here is Florida fans. So you're a Florida Dolphins fan, you're a Marlins, you're a Heat fan.
Yeah.
Um, they say the fan base is fickle, but the teams change a lot, and we're all about rocking the team whenever the team's ready to rock. We're uh, we're definitely more and more becoming sports city.
Cool. I read somewhere, and I hope I've got this right. When your first band was forming, you were kind of, trying to decide where you were young. You were waiting tables at the time, you know. Um, was music always the thing, or did you ever have any kind of backup plan, or was it music or bust?
Um, I really didn't have a backup plan, but I'm not the type of person that shies away from starting over or it's fear of taking on something new or losing a job or starting a job or finding a new business. I'm a survivor, and it's fun. It's fun starting over.
Nice. And I read somewhere your favorite TV show was on Nickelodeon, the Double Dare show.
Oh, Double Dare was one of my favorite ones, and I always take the physical challenge.
um, so going forward, you've got the tour, you've got the album coming out. Do we have some more videos coming as well?
Usually, especially with how well received Underdog was, I think we're on with this behind the scenes start look at the band. So we're going to continue with that.
Cool. Excellent. Elias, I always like to finish up with silly questions. I'm hoping these are questions you've never been asked. That sound good to you?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. If you could go back in time and have your mom cook one of your favorite home cooked meals, what would you have her prepare?
Pollo guisado.
Now, what is that?
Pollo guisado is chicken fricassee,
Okay.
Spanish.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Favorite old school wrestler?
I would say Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Ooh, Florida boy. Came from the
Yeah.
Tampa area, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, yeah. I remember watching him back in the day on Georgia Championship Wrestling. First car you bought with your own money.
First car I bought with my own money, a Mazda 3 electric blue.
Wow. Awesome. Favorite toy growing up as a child?
G.I. Joe, hands down.
G.I. Joe. We'll go in two directions here. Favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero? I would have to say Batman.
Favorite villain?
Then I got to go with the Joker.
Okay, got to go with the Joker if it's Batman, right? All right, last one. This is the one we have the most fun with. If they were to make a biopic of your life, what actor would you pick to portray you? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
My movie, my life, I can pick anybody. I would pick. I'm trying to think of somebody Puerto Rican. I would pick. I'd pick a young, up and coming, unknown Puerto Rican dude.
There again, give him his break, right?
I swear, pick somebody brand new.
That's awesome. That's excellent. So we've been chatting here with Elias, lead singer for Nonpoint, their new single "Underdog" out now. You got like 100,000 views. I saw on that was on Spotify, correct?
Indeed, indeed.
What does that equal to? About a nickel?
Yeah. It's about 14 cents.
Do you find the frustration in that, or is there sort of an acceptance? This is the way it is. This is the way we got to do it.
I think we all find frustration in it. Hopefully the model will get addressed and people will come to the rescue of artists, because we definitely need some.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to put out too is a website. I hope I got this correct for you. www.nonpointstore.com. Tickets, merch.
You can just go to nowpoint.com. That's the guy.
And that brings you into the merch and the tickets and all that stuff.
All the good stuff is right there.
All right. Elias, was there anything I didn't ask you? Anything you didn't get to talk about in this interview? The floor is yours.
No, just get tickets now. The dates are coming up quick for the Kicking and Screaming tour, and get ready because new Nonpoint is just around the corner.
Excellent. Elias, I appreciate your time very much this evening. May all your gigs be sold out and your travels safe.
Lance, you're a good man. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Later, brother.
Bye-bye.